Hey guys, what's up? I'm Justin. I'm the Vaping Chef. I've done one video so far. I thought I'd do another one. Haven't done one in a while. Um, Basically, today is going to be kind of a little bit of everything. I've got some new products. I think the last time I did a video, I was using a K100 mech mod and an Aerotank Mega. I've kind of definitely upgraded since then. I have the Sigelei 100-watt box mod um, with the Mutation X version 2, as you can see there. Also have representing the Drip Club a little bit. Got a Drip Club sticker on my mod. Basically, I want to try to make this video pretty short if I can. Basically, what I'm kind of wanting to talk about is I know everyone's done a video about the Sigelei. Um, Grim's done one, Ruby Roo's done one, Matt's done one from Suck My Mod, Rip Trippers, Indoor Smokers, and I know that, those are all the people I watch, and um, I know most people are probably like, oh, I've already seen a video of that, so I'm not going to do a dedicated video to the Sigelei, but what I want to talk about basically is my experience with the Sigelei. I know some people have had issues with the 510 connection at the top. I haven't had any issues. I've had this for a couple months now, and like I said, I haven't had any issues with it. I haven't had any voltage issues with voltage going up and down or my ohms going up and down. Right now I have a zero point 0.3 ohm build. I'm vaping at 60 watts, and that zero point 0.3 build, it shows 0.3 on here. It shows 0.3 on my ohm reader. The voltage stays where it's supposed to. I haven't had any issues with that. Um, as far as battery life, if I'm vaping this, some people are like, well, there's two 18650s. How long do you get? For me, if I'm vaping this at 60 watts all day long, I usually get up, I'm out the door by 8:30 in the morning, and I'm usually home. I work all day and I vape all day. I come home, I vape at home, and then when I get ready to go to bed, usually around midnight, I put my batteries on the charger, and I usually have about 35 to 40% left. The one thing I will say about this mod, if you're doing a 0.3 ohm build, um, once you get down to like 25% battery, it's not going to let you fire. I believe what's going on is with the batteries being that low, you're just not getting enough. Uh, you don't have enough battery power to run the volts and the watts that you're needing to run, and that's fine with me. I would rather it do that than to go ahead and fire and mess something up. That's not an issue for me. Um, so I mean, that's one thing to think about. As far as, I mean, like I said, everyone's done a video on this product. I'm not going to sit here and do an up close. I mean, I'm running, the two 18650 Emran batteries right now. They've been doing really, really well for me. Had those for a couple of months in there. Um, so, it is what it is. I know a lot of people have talked about, do we really need 100 watts? I never go up to 100 watts. If you go up to 100 watts, your battery life's going to be 3 to 4 hours max. And when I'm using some tanks and things like that, um, I can go down to a lower wattage and I can get even more time. When I first got this, I was using the Aspire Nautilus tank, and I was vaping in at 14 watts, and I could go damn near 3 days without doing any, charging or whatever. I mean, it was pretty amazing. But vaping at 60 watts, you're up there. You're pulling a lot of juice out of the batteries. You're gonna, for me and the way I vape, I get a day out of it. So that kind of will give you an idea. Like I said, this has a 0.3 ohm build in it. It's doing really well for me. That's the way I like it. 0.3, 0.2, that's where I like to vape. Ooh, it's cloudy in here. Anyway, a little bit about the Mutation version 2. I also have the Mutation version 1 in copper. Um, it's a good RDA. The version 2, in my opinion, is better. It has a nice wide bore drip tip. As you can see, I don't even take this off. I just drip right down on the drip tip. Does really good. You can probably see my build right now. It's, I've got some organic Japanese cotton in there. I think what I'm wanting to say is I've got 9 wraps of 24 gauge Canthal on each side. That came out to be 0.3. Really, really good in my opinion. Um, I love the airflow on this. I love the airflow on the version 1, but the version 2 seems to be better. I don't know what that is. It seems like the airflow is the same to me. It looks like the holes are about the same to me, but it seems like I get a better draw off of it, airier draw. And I only have, I mean, I doubt you can see this. Well, yeah, you can. I only have 3 holes open on each side with this build. Um, having it wide open is way too airy for a 0.3 ohm build. Having it any more closed off is too restrictive. It gets too hot. But having 3 air holes open on each side, so that's 6 air holes. That's pretty freaking airy. As you can see, I mean, I'm still blowing good clouds. I mean, it's all in your build. It's all in your build has a lot to do with it. I've seen people, with a really, really crappy build at 0.3 ohms not even be able to blow half that cloud. So it's all in your build. Do your research, practice. You know, but anyway, for those of you out there who are wondering about this Mutation version 2 or the Mutation version 1 for that matter, I would highly recommend it. I picked this up at Indie eSigs and Broad Ripple for $30. I mean, you can get these for $30. They're a great RDA. Especially for people who are just getting into dripping. If you don't want to spend $100 on a dripper, I wouldn't personally spend $100 on a dripper. I mean, that's just me. Um, I don't see the point in spending $100 on a dripper, especially when you can get great performance out of something like this for $30. I would love to have a tugboat. Um, what? Okay, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, personally, I would love to have a tugboat. I don't have $85 or $90 to spend on one, so this has been really, really good for me. The juice I've been using most, I mean, I've got it in this dripper bottle here, but it's Pluto's Paradise from the Maximum Velocity line of Moon Mountain Vapor. I actually just got this in. This is Vapor Kick. This is a 120 ml bottle. It's a very big bottle, premium EJuice. It's called Cloud Crunch. Check them out. I'll put a link in the description for these guys. But this was a 120 ml bottle for $20 in free shipping. It took a week to get to me. They're coming out of Texas, but so far I'm really, really liking this. I mean, like I said, I literally right before I started this video, I just got this juice in the mail. But so far I really like it. It tastes like Fruit Loops to me. It's a little bit floral. It's a little bit floral, you know, but I think it's damn good. That could definitely be an all-day vape for me. Another thing I want to talk about. I don't want this to go like 30 minutes long or whatever. But another thing I want to talk about is the or not Aero Tank. What am I talking about? I'm stupid. Um, is the new Aspire Atlantis tank right here. For those of you who've been wondering about these, it's pretty amazing, I have to say. I'm not going to get down and dirty with it. I'm not going to do anything crazy as far as pull it apart and show you guys all the ins and outs of it. I mean, everyone and their brother is going to be doing that. You know, you can see it has a nice wide bore drip tip. It's very, very nice. Huge, huge airflow. As you can see, tons of vapor. I know Rip Trippers is talking about this. Grim, Matt, Suck My Mod. Everybody's talking about this thing right now. You know, I would suggest you go to them if you want to see all the down and dirty, uppy closey stuff that Grim does. I would suggest you go and take a look at his stuff. Basically, what I'm wanting to talk about with this is the fact that, you know, for somebody who doesn't want to build, for somebody who they want great flavor, they don't want to have to build, they want big clouds. This is the perfect tank for that. You're getting amazing flavor. You're getting huge clouds. I know that they were talking about, Aspire says anywhere between 25 and 30 watts is what you should vape this at. I don't know. Maybe you can see this. Maybe. I doubt it. I'm vaping this at 40 watts. There you go. 40 watts, 0.5 ohms. And I haven't had any dry hits at all. No dry hits. And I'm kind of a chain vapor. Like I said, I haven't had any dry hits off of it. It performs amazing. And I picked this up also from Indie E-Cigs in Broad Ripple for $40. I don't know what the replacement head cost is on it. I'm not sure. They didn't have any replacement heads when I bought this. They had literally got these in an hour before I picked it up. And, you know, but I've been vaping on it for almost a week now, and it's been performing amazing. You know, for those of you out there who you don't want to have to worry about building, you don't want to have to worry about trying to figure out how many wraps of Canthal, you know, on what size of a screwdriver, you know, all that kind of stuff. If you don't want to have to worry about all that, if you just want great flavor, good performance, you know, pick one of these tanks up from Aspire. They're really top notch. They're awesome. I have never had a tank that has performed this well. And you know, the one drawback that I will say, and everybody else is saying this, Matt's saying this, Grim saying this, and everything, is that it only has about a 2.5 mil juice capacity. Put that in perspective, okay? This is giving you dripping quality as far as the flavor, as far as the vapor production. This is giving you vaping quality, dripper quality in a clearomizer, in a tank, okay? I would assume that if I was to sit, I haven't actually done this, but if I was to, I assume that if I was to sit down and chain vape this the way that I chain vape my dripper, I would think a half an hour I would have to refill it. You put that into perspective, okay? If you're somebody who mainly drips and you're driving to work and you don't want to drip and drive, nobody should be dripping and driving. If you don't want to drip and drive, then slap this tank on before you leave the house. Make sure it's full of juice. Use this tank on the way to work. Then when you get to work, switch out your tank and put on your dripper and drip for the day. And then on your way home, throw this tank back on there and use this. I mean, why not? That's what I've been doing. If I'm going out with my wife or if I'm going somewhere and I don't want to have to carry juice with me or anything like that, I've been throwing this tank on. Basically the way I hit it, just when I'm driving, I just kind of, just little hits. I don't take these big, huge, long hits when I'm driving, mainly because my car gets full of vapor and I can't see. Um, for those of you, but for those of you out there who are big into flavor, big into the dripping experience, and you don't want to drip and drive, obviously, I mean that's not safe. Throw this tank on there. It's $40. It's $40. You have juice with you. You don't have to sit there and drip. Um, it's a really really good product, is what I'm trying to say. Um, Other than that, guys, I mean, I don't have anything else. Um, as far as the Sigelei goes, um, I'm in love with it. I know that they're coming out with a new version of it that's going to have a spring-loaded 510. It's going to come with a like a silicone sleeve to put over it, so it's not as slick to hold on to. They're taking out the screw holes in the bottom, which you don't even need because it's magnetic anyway. They've taken those out. They're just going to be magnetic. They've kind of rounded off the edges a little bit, so it's not so, sharp, I guess. I don't know. I haven't had any problems. I know a lot of people be like, oh, I don't like the way it feels in my hand because it's sharp. Really? I mean, it's a box mod. It's not anything amazing. I mean, it's a box mod. It does what it's supposed to do. You can go up to 100 watts if you want to. I don't really understand why you need to. Like I said, at a 0.3 ohm build, 60 watts, I'm getting tons of vapor, great flavor, and the battery lasts me all day. Going up to 100 watts, I'd get 3 or 4 hours maybe, and it's going to be way too hot of a vapor. You're going to be blowing through juice like crazy, and you're really not getting. I've actually done the test on this. You're not getting a whole lot more vapor with the 100 watts based, compared to the 60 watts. It's just not. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I know Matt from Suck My Mod. He has talked about the IPV version 3 and its 150 watts and how people are in an uproar about why do you need 150 watts? These mods coming out of China, they're just ridiculous or whatever. Put it in perspective. What a lot of us like about this, what a lot of us like about these box mods. Fuck. What a lot of us like about these box mods are the fact that you can put two 18650 batteries in here and you can vape all day without having to change out batteries. That's what we like. We don't care. If you did an 18650 at, I don't know, 50 watts, it would be great. If you did a dual 18650 box mod that only went up to 50 watts, we'd be happy with that. It's more about battery life. The IPV version 3 going up to 150 watts, if you're vaping at 150 watts on that thing, kudos to you. I mean, that's great. At least it's safer than using, potentially a pipe bomb with a with a mech mod. I mean, if you're safe, mech mods are great. You know, I want a mech mod. I don't have one right now. I don't see the need for it with this, but I would like to have one. But for the way I vape, this is perfect. The way I vape and the way that I do things, it's not an issue for me. Like I said, I go up to about 60 watts, sometimes up to 80 if I drop, if I go down to like a 0.2 ohm build, I may go up to 70, 75, sometimes 80, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. But normally I stay anywhere between 60 and 70 watts with this box mod. And then I still have 30 watts left to go if I ever wanted to, but I don't. I don't need to. So, I mean, that's kind of what I got, guys. It is what it is. Like I said, I highly recommend the Sigelei. I highly recommend this Aspire Atlantis tank. I highly, highly recommend this Mutation X version 2 RDA. Highly recommend that. And, I mean, for those of us out there who are not, we don't have a ton of money to spend on all this kind of stuff, you're getting a good deal with this. I picked up the Sigelei for like 120 bucks. And like I said, the Aspire Atlantis tank I picked up for 40. This was 30 bucks. I mean, just do what you can do. Vape the way you want to vape. And don't worry about what everyone else is saying. I've actually been to some of these brick and mortar stores where they're like, I hear people talking, and not necessarily the employees, but the people that come in, and say a more experienced vapor brings in their friend who, maybe has an ego battery and he's looking to kind of move up, and they're like, oh yeah, you got to get this mod here, this copper mod with this, $100, hobo RDA, and you got to do like a 0.1 ohm build or 0.08 ohm build or something like that. That's just dumb. It's stupid. You don't need all that stuff. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's great. I'm not here to tell you like, oh, you shouldn't do that. But if you just want a good vape, I mean, you can do this. You don't have to spend tons and tons and tons of money to vape. You just don't have to. But anyway, that's what I have. I appreciate you guys listening to me. Leave me some comments down below if you like the video. You can always email me. You can always, like I said, leave something down below. I'll leave some links down in the description of Indie e-cigs, this Vapor Kick juice that I just received today, and check it out for yourself. And if it's what you like, then it's what you like. If not, then it's not. So everybody have a good day. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, have a good one.